Greetings of the world, everyone. Welcome. It's Friday. Friday. I don't know what Friday means to you. Friday means a lot of things to me. Friday means sometimes I get the weekend off. A lot of times I don't get the weekend off. I train hypnotherapists and NLP practitioners. So I'm away this weekend in Brisbane training. But still, Friday does mean a lot to me today because I'm doing a STEMGo show, Saving Time, Energy, and Money in Business. And this is a show which features talented guests, people who run their businesses in a way which means that they end up being efficient, effective, and productive. And they're here today to share some of the tips and tools and techniques and technologies that they use in their businesses for you to be able to learn those things and see what works for other people and check out whether that works for you and your business. So today I have a special guest, a fellow productivity coach over in Denver, Colorado. So this is only my second chance on STEMGo to be able to invite someone across the waters. I've done the UK, we've done Australia, and we've now got a second person in here from the USA. So I'm really excited about this show. It is my Friday, but it's not my guest's Friday, so I can't kind of cheer too much today. But yes, let me bring my special guest in. Nancy Gaines, come on in, come and join me. How are you?
Hey, Karen. Thanks for having me on your show. This is super exciting.
It sure is, and you've got a beautiful accent from Colorado. So tell us about tell us about where you are and what you do for your business.
Absolutely. My passion is helping business owners stop being overworked and overwhelmed in their business. Just like you, we like to help them systemize. And here's a quick tip. System really stands for save yourself some time, energy, money. I heard you say that, Karen, time, energy, money, but put it all together, it's a great acronym. I work with
Absolutely.
I work with small business owners that have a lot of success, but they're starting to feel some growing pains and they're wearing all the
Mm,
hats, the CEO,
sure.
the chief everything officer, and we just help them take back their time so they can take Fridays off.
Yes, awesome. I'm so super excited to have you on the show. It really is. I have some great guests on this show from all over the world, like I said. So, tell us a little bit about what makes you productive in your business. Like, what kind of things do you do that are the clinch pins for you that enable you to be efficient or effective in your business?
So I typically start off with systems, but I just picked up this great tip from somebody who does organizational effectiveness. So everybody
Okay.
put your arms out 180 degrees. And the trick is only work on one thing at a time in front of your arms. Everything else should be behind your arms. So
Oh,
I found when I cleaned off my desk and put everything behind me, that made a huge difference. So
awesome.
simple tip people can do right now. Put your arms out and shove stuff behind you. But one of my favorite tips I've been using lately is Google Alerts to find me
Mm,
great articles to share on social media. So I no longer have to sift through all the feeds in social media. I just have
yeah.
them delivered to my inbox on productivity or how to systemize, how to scale. And I pick the best of the best from Inc., Forbes. I'm not sure what the magazines are by you, Karen, but I'm sure they're similar. Inc.,
Mm,
Entrepreneur, Forbes. Are those Australian publications?
yeah. Yep, we
So
have those too. Yep.
So I just find really good stuff that comes to my inbox and I can schedule it out in my social media scheduler and saves me. I get my social media done in like 10, 15 minutes.
Wow, that's super efficient. That really is.
So people that are looking for more stuff to cut down on social media, just schedule some Google alerts with keywords. Another thing I really, really like is the power hour. Do you do the power hour, Karen?
Tell me about that, Nancy. Tell us more.
The power hour is the 1 hour of your day when you are just in the zone. It's just effortless. Your energy is super high. The
Mm,
problem is too many people squander that power hour on things
mm,
that don't take a lot of energy. For example, checking their emails or searching social media or chatting with a coworker. Instead, use that 1 hour, and mine's about 6:30 to 7:30 in the morning, on your hardest task of the day. And that way you know you're getting it done quickly when you have the highest energy versus at the end of the day when you're
mm.
just out of steam.
Yes. I have to say, last night, that's a prime example because the morning I was super productive, did a lot of stuff. Last hour of last night, I was completely flagging. And I was doing something really mentally taxing, which is really a no-no for that time of an evening to get into some numbers and number crunching. But I was doing something really, really complicated. And I just gave up in the end. I said, you know what? I just cannot do this. I don't have the capacity for doing this right now. This is
That's
going to be
really
done in the
smart.
morning.
Yeah, when people match their energy to the task, it's so much more efficient instead of
Yes,
squandering it when because you're feeling social. Like then it ends up taking you either you quit, like you said, or it takes you three, four, five, 6 times longer than it should.
absolutely. The mind just went so cloudy and foggy. It was unbelievable. Time to give up when that happens. Time to give up. Yes. Awesome.
Another tip I like is to figure out what your hourly rate is as an entrepreneur. And if you don't know what it is, put down whatever you like it to be and outsource everything below that amount because it's not worth your time.
Mm.
It distracts you from going out and building your business, serving clients, getting new sales, marketing, because you're messing around with things under that magic number.
That's really good.
And you can even extend it to personal stuff. So stop cutting your grass and cleaning your house and making your meals and dropping off your dry cleaning. There's somebody who could do it better, cheaper, faster than you, and that frees up your time.
And you know what? I did that a while ago. I love cutting the grass. I really do. It's one of those things where you're out there, aren't you? You're out with the wildlife and the in the sunshine here in Australia all year round. And it's one of those things where you can just zone out and just enjoy the moment. But I found that no matter how much I enjoyed it, I needed to outsource that task. And yeah, I got a gardener, and it's the best thing I ever did. So that's so true. That is so true. That time, that hourly amount that you charge is so precious. And, someone like you say can do that so much more efficiently than you can. I had a small, battery mower. So it was taking me about 3 times as long as the guys that come with their petrol mowers.
It is
That is,
nice, though, to zone out. For example, I love cleaning my house. It makes me feel in control and organized, but I'm thinking, why am I doing this? I should be doing something different. And even though we
yeah.
can, doesn't mean we should, right, Karen?
That's right. I think sometimes you've got to do the things as well that you enjoy, but at the same time, recognize there's probably so many more important things that need your time rather than cleaning the floors.
And every once in a while, you can cut the grass if you feel like it, right? Tell the gardener to
Absolutely.
take a day off, but in
That's
general,
it.
let that person do it.
Do you know what? I've got out of the habit now, though. The habit loop's gone. I don't do that anymore. That, I have to find other things to do, and it's not hard to find things to do when you live near the beach, I'm sure.
That's awesome. Good for you. What's your favorite productivity tip?
Oh, do you know, I've got so many, but Google, like you were talking about Google before, but I used a lot of Google documents and spreadsheets in terms of shareability and the kind of simultaneously, being able to produce work in those documents with people all over the world. It's just incredible. I love it. And I hate versioning. So versioning drives me crazy. If I've got lots of documents, we're potentially getting, different versions of the same thing. That just absolutely really drives me crazy. So having one document that is always the document that you're working on is, it's perfect for me. That's
I
one of
like
mine.
that.
Yeah.
Another one I like is Jing, Jing. So when I give things to my virtual assistant, I just turn on Jing, which is a free screen capture, but it also does videos up to 5 minutes. And I just capture my screen, send her the
Um,
video, and say, this is how you do it. So for people that are thinking, yeah, Nancy, I know my magic number and I should outsource, but then I have to train this person and whatever excuses, just make the
mm,
video.
mm.
They
Yes,
can watch it over
absolutely.
and over.
I do. I use screen captures so many times a day for various things. Even just these shows, just to be able to screenshot a image of the show and put it out on other social media platforms where I can't actually show the video. It's so easy to do. It is so fast, so quick.
What do you use?
What do I use? I just simply use Snagit for me.
Oh,
It's the same.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. Simple too. I used to use Camtasia for creating videos on Udemy and things like that. And that came as a part of the package, and I've just used it ever since.
That's
Um,
awesome.
yeah, it's a really kind of little nifty tool. You can create GIFs and you can create little videos from it. And yeah, it's cool.
It's a time saver.
It
Let me see
sure
what else.
is.
Let me give you another one really quick.
Awesome. Come on.
So, stop multitasking. I know that sounds so
Mm,
simple, and someone's probably thinking, oh, yeah, right, Nancy, I've heard that a million times. But if you're not doing it, you got to do it because that can eat up 5, 10 hours a
yes,
week. And it's because our brain needs time to shift between tasks. So if you're running home to do one of these Facebook Lives, and then you got to make a cold call, and then you got to write a blog, it's really inefficient instead of grouping like tasks together. I'm sure you tell your clients that as well.
absolutely. And it used to be that, you could multitask, but the fact is you can't because you got at least one of those tasks that's got to be automated. You've got to not have to think about it, right? So
A
if you're having to think
no-brainer.
about both, if you're having to think about at least two things at once, it's not going to happen. It's going to be so inefficient to do that.
They say that you lose 20% efficiency if you work on 2 tasks, 30% on 3, and like 40% on 4
Yeah.
things. So you might as well just cut your losses and work on one thing.
It's false economy, isn't it, Nancy? It really is to be doing. It feels intuitive. It feels like I could easily do these two things together, right? But it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
That's why, putting the arms out and having everything behind you doesn't distract you and multitask. It kind of helps you single task. So
Yes.
Karen, I heard this the other day. Just have one web browser tab open.
Mm,
And although it sounds really good, I can't do it. I need at least like a calendar in my email, but I try
mm.
to at least close more, but getting down to one, that's like being on a diet, right? Really tough.
I used to have literally, about three different servers open. I had about 5 or 6 different browsers on each. And, this computer was going super, super slow. It just wasn't efficient. And then using BeLive for my Facebook Lives has taught me something different because you can't, if you have too many browsers open with BeLive, it kind of gets very buggy. So it's actually taught me a great skill in closing everything before I come on my lives. So then I have to open them all again individually. And I know that's not efficient, but that means that I'm closing a lot of stuff actually that is clogging up my computer and that I don't actually need. I don't need to use those things. It's just like you get into the habit of leaving them there and forgetting about them.
It's like your computer's multitasking, so it's inefficient as well, right?
It is. It is super inefficient to do that. And yeah, so I've conquered all my major kind of time delay problems on my computer by doing that.
That's great.
Yeah, so that's super. You create some great gems for people there to take away and to think about. And I always say on this show, it isn't just about thinking about them because that's inefficient. Thinking about something and then repsychologizing and rethinking about it is not the way to be efficient or effective in your business. So if there's something today that you've learned from Nancy or I, and you can take that away, what I would say is implement that immediately so that you've got the muscle memory for it and you start to create something which becomes, if you do it often enough, it becomes a habit loop, just like I've talked about today. A few things, if you don't do it often enough, it just gets left by the wayside, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And everybody can be organized and have great time management skills. It's not you're born with it or you're not. It's just like Karen said, just a habit. With practice, it gets
Yes.
easier and more efficient. My goal in my business is to get people back at least 1 hour in their day, at least. So that's like 20 hours a month or
Wow.
20 hours a month, which that could be a couple 3-day weekends. So
Yeah,
I love helping people get back their time so they can do what's important to them.
absolutely. Absolutely. Well, it's been a stunning show today, Nancy. Thanks so much for joining us and sharing your efficiency and productivity tips. I'm going to put a lot of links out for you, Nancy, on the show notes after the show so people can, when I share this around, they can actually contact you and get in touch with you and see the kind of great things that you do. But just tell us briefly, just tell us what you get up to, like the links that people can get you at.
Sure, absolutely. So I have a podcast downloaded in over 82 countries, and we talk about productivity all the time. I bring an amazing guest. I had A. Weber and Acuity Scheduling, so great people. So the
Awesome.
Nancy Gaines Show, you can get that on iTunes. My website is simply nancygaines.com. Lots of great stuff there. And finally, my email, nancy@nancygaines.com. So real easy to find me. And of course, LinkedIn and Twitter. So please reach out no matter where you are throughout the world. I
Mm.
love to work with people in all parts.
Absolutely. That's stunning. Thank you so much. You have a good evening, a good and productive evening, whatever you're doing this evening. I know it's nighttime on the Thursday or early evening on the Thursday in your world.
Absolutely. And you enjoy your Friday with your training and beach and all that other stuff. Sounds wonderful.
But I'm going on a wildlife walk this afternoon. It's the time of year in spring in this area, and I'm going on a wildflower walk this afternoon with some
Oh,
guides, teaching us some of the beautiful flowers in flower names in this part of the world. So I'm
that
really
sounds
looking forward to that.
wonderful.
Yeah, really looking forward to that. So yes, I certainly will have a great day, and you too.
Bye-bye.
We'll definitely meet again. Thanks, Nancy. Bye. Well, thanks again, Nancy, for joining us on the show today. I mean, this is a great show. We have some great guests, and they produce for you guys on this show some great gems of awesomeness for you to implement in your business to help you to be more productive and efficient, effective. And ultimately, if you're all those things collectively, you're more likely to create a successful business for yourself, whether it's a small business, a lifestyle business, or whether it's a big business, whether you're growing something bigger. So yes, if you want more tips and tools and technologies, and you want to listen to more interviews like this, come on over to STEMGo, Saving Time, Energy and Money on Facebook. Until next time, have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.